Welcome to Mental Toughness Secrets of Champions. I'm your mental toughness coach, Steve Siebold. Today we're going to talk about how you can use nonlinear thinking to solve seemingly complex problems in your life. So let's start out by defining nonlinear thinking. Linear thinking is A, B, C, D. Nonlinear thinking is A, M, Z, R, Q. Linear thinking is the obvious answer to a problem. Nonlinear thinking is the unobvious answer. Is unobvious a word? I'm not really sure. I went to the University of South Alabama, so I'm not really too sure. By the way, do you know what you say to a PhD from South Alabama? Just leave the pizza by the door. It'll be fine right there. So anyway, nonlinear thinking is a great tool for solving problems that don't appear to have a linear solution. Let me give you an example. Several years ago, I took up kickboxing. Great workout, lots of fun. So one day I'm at the boxing club and the owner comes up to me and says, "Would you like me to set you up with a sparring partner?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" So he introduces me to this giant gorilla-looking guy named Big Jim. This guy is 6'5" and he weighs about 300 pounds. The owner says, "Steve, not only is Big Jim the 3-time arm wrestling champion of the world, but he was Muhammad Ali's bodyguard back in the 70s. And I'm thinking, Muhammad Ali needed a bodyguard? And I got to fight him? This is nuts, you know? I can see the headline now. Tennis player mauled by monster arm wrestler. This is not good. I can hear my mother now. For this, I sent you to college. Huh? So we start sparring, and Big Jim says, "Go ahead." He talked with deep voices. "Go ahead. You can swing full out at me. You won't hurt me." And I'm thinking, I really wasn't worried about you. So he's just toying around with me. It was like Hulk Hogan versus Pee Wee Herman. Not good. He was starting to get irritated with my lame punches and kicks, and he finally says, "Pretend I've attacked you on the street, and you have to decide what to do. It has to be your best move to save your life. You've got 3 seconds, or I'm knocking you out." I was like, what? So I didn't know what to do. So I went to my knees, and I went, "Ayah!" And I punched him right in the groin, and he caught my hand in his hand. His face turned beet red, and the veins on his neck are bulging. And I said, "I'm dead, aren't I?" And he looked at me and said, "You would be if we were on the street." And I said, "Oh, thank God." "But what was I supposed to do?" He said, "You should have run. I have at least 100 pounds on you. I've been a professional fighter for 30 years. You started a fight you couldn't win. The smartest move was to run. But you were thinking of a linear answer. The nonlinear answer to fighting a war you can't win is not to fight." And I thought, he's exactly right. Not bad for a 300-pound gorilla. I mean, I hope he's not watching. It could be dangerous. The essence of nonlinear thinking is being patient and open-minded enough to realize there's a solution to almost any problem if you approach it creatively. One of the challenges many people face is simply feeling happy on a day-to-day basis. There's a whole new movement that's partially devoted to helping people achieve happiness called positive psychology, which is headed up by Dr. Martin Seligman of the University of Pennsylvania. What they found is that many people living in the richest country in the world say they're not happy. Now, the linear solution to solving this problem would be helping unhappy people experience more pleasure in their lives. But this turns out to be a Band-Aid. Money would be another linear answer. Most people believe if they had more money, they would be happier. But studies indicate that if you can afford to subscribe to this network, chances are more money will have little impact on your happiness. Dr. Seligman and others have found that thoughts of gratitude have the greatest impact on happiness. People who think about what they're grateful for on a regular basis are happier than people who don't. Gratitude is the nonlinear answer to happiness. Thoughts of gratitude produce feelings of well-being, fulfillment, and emotional satisfaction. To produce more happiness in your life immediately, start writing down what you're grateful for and every morning and see how it impacts your day. Coming up after the break, I'm going to give you some more examples of nonlinear thinking that will help you solve seemingly complex problems. See you in a moment.